Good.
So, and I may see from talking to her, because she'll know all the other directors, and see if I can just make
I'm
the
sure
rounds.
Arkansas would be real happy to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, and just make the rounds at all of them.
Have you done anything like that before?
Not for the voter statements, I've not ever done anything like that before, but there were so many, like, simple errors that I felt like, it would be
Yeah, it's
beneficial to do it, so.
It's a, community service.
Yeah.
Is Debbie gonna be here too?
Yes, she is, they're
Okay.
waiting, that state report is printing.
Oh.
The mail was late today, normally the mail is here at 10:30, and then we would know if we had any more absentee ballots.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Evelyn's got a pen there, don't she?
Yeah, she's got pens for
Okay,
everybody.
perfect. Because that's what I was thinking, shoot, I forgot to bring a pen.
Oh, no, we got you. And their pay sheets should have been, I thought. It's not sitting on my desk.
Thank you,
And when you
dear.
take a look on my desk and see if their pay sheet is on my desk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's right here.
Ah,
I knew I had printed one.
thank you.
It'll be fast. Yeah, I figured you were.
Yeah, that's all right, we'll keep you long,
Outside, do you want to do it outside? This is recording, so it'll be highly. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah, we can do it outside.
A recording of a recording.
of a recording. You want to do it outside?
Good heavens, they've been piling up over there, haven't they?
Well,
Everything else.
I have to come.
Yeah. I get it.
Finally get a breath.
After today. Until the runoff.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I said a breath.
Oh, a breath, yeah. Not just a total relax.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm feeling a little guilty going out of town next week, thinking, I get a rest and you guys just have to keep going.
You want to ask Jennifer about possibly, a good time to take vacation,
Yeah,
if any, and if
Yeah.
you have anything else going on?
right.
Next year?
She's, huh?
Next year?
Yeah, essentially, except there's maybe a little window towards the, end of July, 1st of August, until maybe the first part of September.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends.
Well, the problem is, every time we have thought that an off year would be a good time to rest,
things.
we get 3 or 4 special elections that, out of nowhere, it's like everybody wants to, and, in the past, Debbie has noticed an article in the paper that says somebody is gonna start an election, and we're like, what? We didn't hear anything about that. So, it's crazy the way that works.
Well, but didn't they pass last
Yeah,
last
they
year
did.
that that's
Yeah.
gonna change
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
supposedly?
but
Was it 4 dates for special?
4,
elections?
yeah, which is still pretty good, but it can still pretty much lock up your year, But maybe the fact is, it is better than not knowing to have
That way
certain
you can
months
kinda
that you can plan on, yeah, yeah. Because otherwise, it does get crazy. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we don't have any minutes for this meeting.
She didn't print them off, I sent them to her, I need to ask her.
That's fine. It's not on the agenda, so let's not worry about it.
I did it when I went home last night, or yesterday afternoon, I did them.
Well, we can go ahead and do them on Tuesday. I mean, you'll obviously have another set.
Right.
But that's all right. We can do it both.
When is Walmart wrapping up their festivities?
You know what? I don't know.
Today's the last day.
Is it? It was all virtual, and I didn't even, I waited for my dock guy to tell me how do I get in on that, and he sends me a week later, I don't know. I'm like, thanks a lot.
You have to have your shares as a record date of April, I think it was
Yeah,
April 2nd or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, well, I got the thing that said proxy, and I thought, I wanna go. Well, then I found out it was virtual after all, and I thought, not sure I'm that excited about the virtual. But it would've been nice to have some info.
Mm-hmm.
I have the news media wanting an article after the election. How refreshing. Those guys are out there. I don't even count you in the news media there, Tom. Isn't that terrible? You're just a fixture.
Yeah, piece of the furniture, that's me.
No, we appreciate you. But it is funny.
Well, I'm sure they read something in the newspaper this morning, said that you were gonna certify the election results today. So they thought, oh, we'll go to that. They don't know what it is.
And, yeah, I was gonna say, and they're probably gonna be really disappointed. Everybody's signing signatures, and that's about it. So did your story get in the paper yet about our, sweet lady that came yesterday?
Should have been in this morning.
Okay. I'll go home and check. I mean, you know, I have some bones to pick with the newspaper. But I do read it when I'll go online and find it, although a lot of it is behind the paywall, which I no longer pay the subscription for, so, there is that. But, I usually try to find it.
Email address.
Yeah, let me give you my email, here. All done?
All done.
That must be his key. Oh, there you go. Oh.
Yes, yeah, that was my thought, since it was such a short turnaround between meetings.
Yeah.
I didn't think there would be anything improper with it.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We can do it on Monday. There she is. How you feeling?
I'm making it, I'm all right.
And there he is.
Haven't did you spell, but.
Waiting on me?
Oh, that's not good. No, we're not waiting on you.
So, we went last night to hear the author speak, but then we came home and my dad wanted to watch the basketball game.
Oh,
So we got
yeah?
to watch the fourth quarter of the Celtics and Warriors.
I don't even know who's
Yeah.
playing in the NBA anymore. Don't pay attention
Who won
to
it?
it. Huh?
Celtics
Celtics won it?
Ah.
Well, the Hogs are playing baseball right now.
Well, we should be in and out of here pretty quickly.
So was that the thing at the library that you went to?
Yes, yes.
Was he good?
Oh, he was really good. He talked about, I always like to know from an author what caused you to write this story. And he's a reporter, so his are nonfiction books.
Right.
And he said he had gone to the museum, the Osage Museum, and there's this large, huge panel of the Osage, and probably I think it was in the 1920s, 1926, this huge panel that took up this whole wall inside the museum, and there was obviously a panel missing from it.
Wow.
And so he asked the director of the museum, and why was that panel missing? And she said, because it has the devil in it. And right then, he said he knew he needed to know
Yeah.
why he needed to write
Yeah.
this story. And this is the story where, basically, the Osage, their property they had in Oklahoma, everybody thought was worthless. Then oil was discovered.
Right.
And then they became millionaires. They were the richest people per capita in the United States.
Yeah.
And so, at that point, then the government stepped in and said that any Osage had to have a guardian.
Oh,
And so these guardians could control their money, and the, head rights, which is what the rights to the oil was called, could only be passed, down. Like, you couldn't buy it, you couldn't sell it. And so, this small community of Osage Indians, all of a sudden, you had people being married into the
Yeah.
community, and then you had murders happening. And enough murders that finally, they made so many appeals that the FBI came in to investigate. And the devil, as she called him, was this man who was the mastermind behind a lot of these murders. And they would murder the family so that the birthright would pass down to funnel to one person. So then whoever was the guardian of that one person would have the head rights of that whole family.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was fascinating.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, I heard he's a good writer,
Mhm.
a good storyteller.
He was.
Yeah.
He was very much a good storyteller.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, It was
Glad you
really
enjoyed it.
fascinating.
I'll have to read that book.
It was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's one of those books that you read and it doesn't read like nonfiction. It
Oh, uh-huh.
reads like this mystery novel, and then you sit back and you think, oh, that really happened.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's, the kind of intriguing reading that I enjoy,
Mhm.
despite the fact that I'm doing 10 other things at the same time. But, yeah, I noticed that last night, yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
he was a really good storyteller too.
That's perfect. If you can get somebody to tell a good story. Hello.
Hello.
There he is, and right on time.
That's what you said when I got here.
Actually, you're a little bit early.
Yeah, always.
Meeting is called to order. We will start with certification of the May 24th election results. And I presume that's what's here in the file?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is the state one.
Oh, the state one first, okay. Oh, you have it on?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, which Debbie has given us hot off the press.
So this is the document that's formed,
You don't have one here.
from the, state reporting website.
Okay.
And so every county actually turns in this document,
Yeah.
so that when the state certifies the entire state, they have certification documents that are exactly the same from every single county.
Okay. So these are all the same,
Mhm.
and we just need to sign each one.
Yes.
And you'll fill in the
Yes.
information there.
I always send one, keep one, file one with the clerk's office.
Yeah. If I had a shorter name, it would be easier. Or a signature like Max's.
Yeah, right. Quick and efficient.
Yeah. And this all goes on there, on the state's page then. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought we had them all done. Okay,
All right.
we've got that done. Now we'll do Washington County, which is here.
Yes. So there's two of those, basically one for our office and one for Becky's office. And-
Three,
Oh,
actually?
actually three, yeah, so.
Now, I do have a question about this,
Uh-huh.
because on the last page, it says 20 of 19, which I understand is the signature page, but that seems a little bit, contradictory.
Yes, and I can edit, so basically, what I did was, I took the PDF
Mm-hmm.
and I dumped stuff on the front end and the back end,
Uh-huh.
so we were not retyping
Oh, right.
anything.
Yeah.
So I can edit or just like wipe that out and write 20 of 20, but it's not missing a page, it's
Okay.
just, how I did that.
Okay, well,
So-
it's gonna be difficult for you to just white it out on the last page
You say
because,
of 19 all the way through?
yeah, it says of 19 all the way through.
Okay.
So I don't know, I'm not convinced we have to,
Changing-
yeah, I mean, it's a small thing, but of course it's something that I noticed right away
Yeah.
that, well, that's contradictory there. But, you know, I think we just leave it at this
Okay.
point, that it might be something you can, think about in the future if you edit, an Acrobat document.
I tried to format it and
Yeah.
remove the headers and the
Mhm.
footers, and
Mhm.
then it messed up the flow
Oh,
of it.
it gets crazy.
So I didn't know, yeah, I'll have to work with a little bit more
Yeah.
to figure out a better way, but I still feel like taking the document and putting it inside the Word document rather
Mhm.
than retyping
Oh, absolutely.
is the better way to go.
Yeah.
Because then I could accidentally type in a wrong
Right,
number.
right.
And I definitely want to
Do
do
you
that.
do you have the editable Acrobat?
I do, I just didn't play with it enough
Okay.
to do it. I tried to export it to a Word document and
Yeah.
then manipulate it in a Word document
Right.
and.
As images?
No, because
It will-
it's a PDF, it was the type that I could export as a Word document, but it still kept all those headers and footers that I was
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to get rid of, and it just messed up the flow.
That's where you use InDesign.
I don't have that, so I'll have to look at that then.
You probably don't need it for many things, but what I end up doing a lot of times is placing PDF, and then if there's something I don't want, putting a white box over it. But that's what I do. Okay, next item. All Washington County candidates, which is what these are. Are these lists all the same?
Yes. So this includes, we got a lot of questions this election because the unopposed school board candidates were not on the ballot.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not required to be on the
Right.
ballot for the primary or general if the school election is held at the same time. But we still need to certify
Right.
those candidates. So this lists all of our Washington County candidates, including the, school board candidates.
Do you think that's why a couple of those people left when they didn't find the candidate that they wanted?
No, they were looking
At a higher
for
level?
a specific House candidate.
Gotcha.
And I think that is in part due to the fact that some of our lines, like, cut through neighborhoods.
Oh, right.
And a friend or a neighbor has a sign for a certain political candidate in their yard, and then you go thinking
Oh,
you're
sure.
in that district, and you're not.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Am I missing something here? Where's the county judge on the?
They will not be certified today because they're in a runoff election. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Question.
Yeah. For the Republican side, the county judge, KG 14 and Constable District 1 will not be included in these documents.
These are just the races that were resolved.
Yes.
Or, well, actually not resolved because they will be resolved in the fall completely.
I knew that.
We know you knew that. Thank you. Okay. This is exciting. Okay, unopposed candidates.
Then the state asked for a certification of all of our unopposed candidates, including at the state level, so that's what that is.
And it's actually longer, isn't it, than the other one?
Yes, because that one was just the Washington County candidates. This one includes all the federal and state unopposed.
Oh, okay,
Yes, just unopposed.
gotcha. I took that back from you. You were holding on to the other one.
No, I'm just looking at it while I'm waiting.
Oh, okay, sorry. There you go. There you go.
So these were unopposed in this election we just had.
Yes.
Mhm. And none of those appeared on the ballot, right?
No, they did. That's why I was confused on
Oh.
why I sent this, but I prepared it because they asked for it.
Yeah.
The only ones that are on this
Yeah.
list that, didn't appear on the ballot would be the school and the nonpartisan. So for instance, Judge Taylor, and then there were one state Supreme Court and one, I forget, there's one other nonpartisan race, and so it's included in there. too.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at that, I know they were on the ballot. Okay, these are Democratic certifications.
So
Now, these go to the party?
yes, they'll go to the party.
Right, Jeff?
Got it?
Jim's quicker at this than I am.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it.
Okay, that's Democratic. Republican. Same thing.
And this one, once again, won't include the contested races that we have for the runoff.
Right.
We'll do an addition to this after the runoff with those
Okay.
candidates. And basically what the parties do is they take this list and then turn it back into Becky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. They have to do that by the end of July, I think, to certify their candidates that go on the ballot.
Okay.
So,
How funny.
So, that's curious, because don't we normally, well, I guess it's just state candidates that end up being, sent to Becky from the state.
right, and then the county party will send their list to Becky, like, I think by July 31st.
Gotcha. Okay. Really is bifurcated in a way.
Bear these pieces of paper out.
Yeah, really. Okay, mayoral certification, this is for Town. We have two of these. One goes to the candidate, is that right?
Yes, and then we always hold on to one in case the original is lost.
Yeah.
But I do think this candidate is actually going to come in and do a swearing in Becky's office.
Okay.
What's interesting is this actually is just for this year. The candidates will file again in August, run for mayor of Town.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Was this position opened up for?
yeah, the previous mayor resigned at the end of last year. And if he had waited and resigned in January, we would not have had to have this election. They could have appointed someone for a year. So yes, so.
Well, now, is she gonna be able to run again? Okay,
Yes.
interesting. Okay, ballot disposition report, this is the report that you send to the SOS, or
Yes,
to the
and it's-
SBEC?
Yes, and it is for my signature, it's who prepares it, but I wanted you to just preview it. All of our numbers match, I think there was just two, yeah. All of our numbers match from our absentees and our provisionals, everything we've been working on. This is what we turned in to the judge.
Do you feel like, the way they put it together now, and you're kind of melding that with some of your procedures in a way that it's easier to put the report together without a problem?
Yes, because basically I took their report and I said, okay, how do I need to get to that report? And that's what.
Without a lot of extra steps.
Exactly, so that's what I did, and I'm thankful that I did, because I do
Yeah.
think that it helped us. I do feel like on that report, there needed to be like an other, like, line,
Oh,
because like some
yeah.
of our provisionals didn't fall into those nice, neat little categories. For
Mhm.
instance, like the one where, the supervisor was unsure and they couldn't get through to us, and it was an inactive voter, so they
Yeah.
voted him as provisional. Well, that doesn't really fit into any of those categories there, but it was treated as provisional, so I just put it as couldn't find in the poll book.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, I didn't,
Yeah.
They should have an other.
yes, yeah. So, and I think I may suggest that to Daniel, because sometimes not everything fits in a nice,
Exactly.
neat little box.
Yeah.
And our poll workers make the best guess that they can.
Mhm.
And that ballot was counted, and so they didn't turn a voter away, but it still was as a provisional, even though it shouldn't have been.
Right.
And he may say, maybe I should have included it in that report, but when we counted provisionals,
It was there.
it was there, and
Yeah.
it went in with those second set of numbers.
Mhm.
So I do think there needs to be another
Yeah.
box,
Yeah,
so,
well, yeah, give him your suggestion.
yeah.
Okay, that's all of the certification that we have to do, and now we have our next meetings next Tuesday, the 23rd, and then the 30th. Any questions about those? Okay,
23rd and the 30th.
and the 7th, don't forget the 7th.
And that's the one where I'll have the budget.
Okay,
So,
yes,
Yeah,
because you're gonna, submit that by the 10th.
yes.
7th?
Yeah,
So,
At
9,
right?
9 in the morning. 9 at night.
got it.
Other business? Other business?
No other business.
Anything,
No,
ladies? We are adjourned.
All right.
Jennifer, are you able to do an interview? Sure. Okay, I'm just at 4029.
Oh, you need that? Here,
No,
you can take it.
no, it's the 30th, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys have a good week.